It's Madden NFL 22, and tonight's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the Bengals and the football team coming up next.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. The enthusiasm for football here on the East Coast always in the air. These folks are ready as their guys get set to match up with the Cincinnati Bengals. Joey Sly, the kicker, stands ready. And off we go to wrap up a great Sunday of football. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. First down, here's Burrow. And the catch made, it's Tyler Boyd. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. A good safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Certainly worth noting he's now one catch away from 600. He's at 599 in his career. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. 2nd and 6.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already in the field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might...
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Chase Young racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. 7th play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Burrow looking to pass. He will find his man Chase complete. Touchdown Bengals. Jamar Chase, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals take it right down and score on the opening drive. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Washington, nothing. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So out comes the Washington offense as they get their first shot. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
I loved his quote during the week. If I were a defensive back, I would have wanted to play against me last week as well. He's trying to eliminate those turnovers, those interceptions, and get back on the positive side of the ledger throwing touchdown passes.
Yeah, had 4 of those picks, led to the loss. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle third of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line. He provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. Escaping the pressure right. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Washington, first down. First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
On first down, Gibson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
On second down, here's Gibson again. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
It's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 6.
A carry for Gibson. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
It's 4th down.
They snap it to Fields. He'll buy some time right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A huge play there for Washington. 1st and goal and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. Now Fields. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin with touchdown number 8 on the year. And Washington now an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive.
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Play action. It's Fields. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. And they do finally get him, but he makes it all the way to the 6.
But they didn't ease into that drive right out of the turnover. They go for the big shot downfield and hit it. A lot of teams have that opportunity, but not every coach is going to green.
Touchdown! Terry McLaurin, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And Washington has taken the lead. The extra point by Sly is up and good, and that makes the score 14-7. Pretty clean and simple there, just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. Now Burrow. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
That was a nice grab. Just couldn't get the feet down, right? You need that toe tap sequence there. Whatever size shoe he's wearing, probably need about a half size smaller to complete that one.
Got a man. It's Chase. He completes it. And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now it's Burrow. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Boyd. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 2nd and 4. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. And Burrow going to throw again. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. On 4th down, Matt Hawk is on to punt. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Well, they were good last time out with a touchdown drive. This go-around, it's not going to be very easy starting from inside their own 5.
But they shouldn't be daunted by it. You work on this the entire offseason. You work on it in practice. It's called coming out session. Start the ball inside the 5, start on the 5 on the 10. They should be ready to go. And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they give up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on 1st down. That's what they talk about us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
1st and 10 at the 19.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Gibson, and he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
On play action, Fields sliding out of the pocket. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. And we'll get a moment here. So not successful there on the challenge, and he'll have to be careful from here on out because he'll only have 1 challenge remaining. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. So on 4th down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away. Back deep, Deontay Harris. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that. Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Throwing now, Burrow on first down. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. Second and 10 now, Burrow. It's brought in by Harris. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Then he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom, quick, 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 and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Off play action, Fields. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone, and he's going to get this on down to the 13. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. From the 13 now, they work on first and 10. Burrow will throw. This goes out wide for Mixon. And he'll get maybe a couple before he's taken down, as that will take us to the 2-minute warning. That catch good for only a couple. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. Throwing again on second down. Burrow. This is caught. Great footwork there, Charles, to dot the I, stay in bounds, get both feet in. He's probably thinking, though, man, I made a catch like that close to the end zone. I should have scored.
Yeah, there's always a regret when you're that close to the goal line. But let's go back to what you talked about before. Getting his feet down. Would you say dotting the I? I can cross the T as well. That was excellent footwork to get in bounds and make a great catch.
Mixon try to punch it in. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
And now third and goal coming up. The loss on second down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder. And they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
Third and goal. Burrow. He's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Jonathan Allen, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. McPherson's kick is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take it. football out to the 25. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. And he's looked pretty good. Does have the one interception, but 2 touchdown passes so far. Your analysis?
They'll take the offset. When you're talking about throwing 2 touchdown passes, no one wants to see an interception thrown, but those things happen in the course of a ball game and over the course of a season. But throwing 2 touchdown passes, that's why the team has an advantage. That's what they're looking for more of.
He'll be hoping to make it a 3-to-1 ratio here in the second quarter. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. A play fake, now Fields to throw. Rolling to his right. And Sharp pulls it in. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
So a nice catch right there. And this receiving core, without their number 1 wideout, keep that in mind. He's inactive this week, though it shouldn't be a long-term absence.
And I would think, partner, that this is where an offensive coordinator believes he can solve the problem by spreading the ball around. Because anytime you lose your number 1 guy, it's obviously a blow to your offense. But it's also an opportunity to say, hey, they can't focus on trying to stop one guy. Keep spreading it around. The last part, each one of those receivers, they believe they're the number 1 guy, and they're ready to step up.
Here's 2nd and 10. To throw is Fields. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And this is taken in at the 5. And he's in for a touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
Now Joey Slye for the point after. It's good, and it's 21-10. So we've reached half. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime.
Both teams currently making their final adjustments. We're getting ready for the second half. So we'll send it back up to FedEx Field and hand things back over to Brandon Gott.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. Time again to see Terry McLaurin in the Washington offense. And individually, he's been tough to cover. 3 touchdowns.
Almost impossible. It doesn't matter what they throw at him. Doesn't matter what type of coverages.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Second half starts with a run by Gibson. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Fields slings this deep from McLaurin. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A huge play there for Washington. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Here's Fields. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. It'll go as a loss of 8 and a tough result there on 1st and goal. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Back to throw, Fields. Being chased out left. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And he is out of bounds here. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down. Here's Fields on the sneak. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. The sneak successful from a yard out. And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. And tough to win games if you go field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. On second down, here's Mixon. And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
They certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
Now Joe Mixon. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Jonathan Allen, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From midfield now, Burrow. And that's caught one more time by Boyd. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to punt for Cincinnati. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A big play that time through the air. 31 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver. And as this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
To throw again on 2nd down. Fields. They'll roll him out right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
Now, that was a whole lot of open space out in front of him, wasn't it? I'm telling you, Brandon, when things are going right, they are going right.
And everything has been going their way for the most part. I saw that lane start to develop. Boom. He took advantage of it. On 1st down, Fields. Caught on a slant. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And Washington is able to stretch their lead. The extra point by Sly is up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25. So the drive there, 5 plays, 80 yards. And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Jonathan Allen make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Burrow. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down. On third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be third and forever. A draw play for Mixon. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a fourth down. 4th and goal, and down by a touchdown. The offense stays on the field. Here we go. It's Burrow on 4th down. To the sideline, and he's got it. They say the feet are down. Yes, the line judge says they're in. That'll be a first down. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Now it's Burrow. He gets it complete to Harris. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down. They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the end.
Touchdown, Bengals! C.J. Uzomah, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals are able to cut into this lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to 18. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. Oh, and the Bengals look like they got it back. They did. Bengal football. Great job by the kick team there to get the football, but also don't forget about the man that started it, the lonesome kicker himself.
I love that you brought him into it because he doesn't get nearly the attention he deserves. Oftentimes it's only when it's negative. In this case, he created a positive play for his team.
And here's a throw taken in by Boyd. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Burrow's throw taken in here by Chase. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Now the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that'll be caught. Touchdown, Bengals. It's Tyler Boyd. If there was one knock on Joe Burrow coming out of LSU, it was arm strength, but kind of put those doubts to rest right there.
And give him credit. He deserves it. But this is such a breakdown defensively. My goodness. From a pass rush perspective, you know that they got to be coming hard on fourth down trying to get to the quarterback. But from a coverage perspective, how do you not see that play developing? And it turns into a touchdown.
And that throw, amazingly, well over 70 yards in the air according to Next Gen Stats. Wow. Time again to see Terry McLaurin in the Washington offense. Well, this defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him, bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he's really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought. What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one riffs, the other's right there to pick them up, and they are shredding them in this ball game.
To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Noah Fant, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. An extra point by Sly is up and good, and the lead is up to 18 now. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Bengals getting set to go. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. Now Burrow on 1st down. Boyd's the target, and he has it over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Now this throw caught left side. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. From the red zone now, here's Burrow 1st down. And that'll be caught. Touchdown Bengals. It's Tyler Boyd. Tyler Boyd with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th.
So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the officials saw, as this play will stand as is. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. And this is going to be covered up by Washington. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. One play action. Fields. And he completes this one to Terry McLaurin. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, 43 yards. And Washington going to add on to their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Cincinnati set to take over once again. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Dumps it off to Mixon. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Now Joe Burrow on 3rd and long. He's going to let it fly. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Caleb Farley. It wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
And time again to see Terry McLaurin in the Washington offense. What a game for him, Charles. 4 touchdowns. Heck, for a lot of guys, that's a good season number.
You're exactly right. And let's face it, we have to stand up and applaud this one, even though we're supposed to be neutral, because this doesn't just happen by accident. This isn't 4 times where the defense just falls down or breaks coverage. He's worked awfully hard.
He's got it with the 15. And they're going to have this way down in Cincinnati territory. A huge play there for Washington. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Fields now to throw. Flushed out, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Eluding the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Charles, thinking back to what you said in the first quarter, that part of the magic elixir for a road victory for these underdogs was going to be winning the turnover battle. Well, they only have 1 right now. Look at the scoreboard.
Yeah, not exactly playing to the form that I subscribe.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 16. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Boy, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes, those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
Burrow once again here on 2nd and 10. That's caught by his tight end, Uzama.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A big play there on the catch and run. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the game will continue for at least one more play.
Could not finish a game on a defensive penalty. That's why they get one more untimed attempt.
A final shot now for Burrow. And this is going to be caught. So it affects the final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play. Just a formality now, but here's the extra point. And it's good, but it's also of little consequence as this game is over. Well, on the one side, if you try to take away something positive from this game, they played to the final whistle.